What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on the channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, I just wanted to talk about some of the conversations that I've been having, both with large whales as well as a lot of smaller players. And I'm just giving a little bit of or level setting of expectations, maybe a little bit of a warning. Granted, I don't know. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. And I'm just trying to paint the picture for myself and share it with you guys to see if you come up with a different perspective that you want to discuss. But essentially, the conversations that I'm having are that people don't have enough DEC for land. And right now, many of the folks that I've been talking to are actively selling SPS, vouchers, and even, the other two games on here, GLX and Part Token. They're selling everything that they can in order to acquire as much DEC as possible. So what I'm expecting is right now, this is just on the fringes, right? Or a lot of the people who have larger amounts of land or maybe don't need as much DEC, need a lot of DEC. But at a certain point, I think we're going to see a massive rush into this, which could potentially lead to a significant dip in SPS, vouchers, and the other game tokens. I mean, we're already starting to see that now. SPS was at 2.4, almost at 2.5 cents. We are down now significantly, which is what, maybe I don't know what the percentage loss is, but it's definitely significant. Not quite 10%, but pretty close. So the point that I'm trying to make here is, we know that land is around the corner, and it's been around the corner for a very long time. I get it for all the people who want to throw salt. But if we do get some major announcements over the next couple of weeks, and again, I don't think that land is going to go live right away. Keep in mind that we're going to have a town hall next week, and it sounds like there's some exciting things that the team wants to share. They didn't want to get into any of it during the town square this past Monday. So I'm excited to hear what they have planned. Also, we will get a better idea once the team finishes their age, which is the Age of the Phoenix. That's on August 2nd, and then does their subsequent planning. We'll probably get an updated roadmap. But I would say, and again, this is going with the what we've heard publicly from the team so far in terms of wanting to give timelines. Even Investigator was saying something in Discord, for example, or in map chat saying hey, yeah, on Monday, it might be, you might be able to ask for certain timelines, meaning the upcoming town hall. So what I'm trying to say is, there's a lot of people who are starting to accumulate DEC. We're seeing DEC back above the 800 Splintoshi range. We're seeing SPS down almost 10%. We're seeing vouchers dip below 4 cents. And again, the other game tokens that are part of the ecosystem here. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a slightly larger dip than this if people decide they want to rush into land. Now, again, I don't know what's going to get announced Monday, but even if there's a time frame given for when land could potentially go live, even if there's an announcement of it's going to go on MAV server or it's in QA testing. Well, we already know it's in QA testing, but if it's going to go in MAV server or if it's going to go in this, even just those little hints that don't give us the final date, but give us a little bit of a hint that, hey, we're getting a step closer, right? I think that could lead to a significant sell-off in the other assets as people rush to acquire DEC. So this is not to say go out and buy DEC right now. This is really just a warning saying that if we see SPS continue to dip a little bit lower, I personally wouldn't be surprised if we see vouchers. I mean, I don't really care as much about vouchers. This was more so about SPS. But if we see SPS continue to dip lower, I wouldn't be surprised, especially with a lot of the conversations that I'm having now, which is so funny because a week ago, we were all talking about, man, people just can't get their hands on as much SPS as possible. But a lot of these conversations have enlightened me to the fact that not everybody is thinking that way. Some folks are out there selling off the SPS because they're going to need it for land, or even just the whole DEC. Again, what's funny is one of the easiest trades, as I called it. And again, it's not financial advice, but it's SPS. A long time ago, I used to say that SPS can't really go up without DEC going up. That was before the SPS staking rewards or staking requirement went live. Obviously, we saw that happen where SPS essentially went up almost 60% or 40% without needing DEC to be at peg. So they're kind of decoupled in that sense now, although the flywheel still very much counts. And if we can get to a point where we see a massive rise, a massive spike in DEC demand, well, that will carry over into SPS. But for the time being, I'm kind of reverting back to that, right? Where it's just okay, we've leveled out. People have definitely started to acquire as much SPS as they needed. And I'm not saying that they're stopping, but I think people are playing or are accepting whatever level they're playing at. And so we go back to the old mentality of like, well, maybe at this point, people are going to need DEC more than SPS soon, and therefore they're going to be rushing into DEC before SPS. So, we're continuing to see the number of SPS staked rise, which is always a good sign, and we want to see, almost a lack of liquidity there, just to help the price action when that actually happens. But ultimately, I'm expecting a slight dip. And I know I was so bullish about August, and I still am, but it really just depends on when land comes out, what this announcement on the next town hall is, whether we get something crazy on July 31st, which is the next Monday, or the following week with an announcement of something via Peak D, or if we have to, I guess we may even have to wait technically until August 14th, right, which would be the next town hall after this upcoming one. So we'll see how it plays out. Whether it's a spike or whether it's a slow, drawn-out thing, we're seeing the dip happen in slow motion right now, or in real time with SPS, and we could see that continue to happen. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm actually very curious to see how you guys are playing this and what your overall game plan is, whether it is you need land, whether you're trying to make a trade. Again, this is more so not financial advice, but I'm just curious to see what the overall sentiment is. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.